Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumph in war. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. The bravest sight in the world is to see a great man struggling against adversity. Life, if well lived, is long enough. A man's as miserable as he thinks he is. We should give as we would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation, for there is no grace in a benefit that sticks to the fingers. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. No man was ever wise by chance. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. We often want one thing and pray for another, not telling the truth even to the gods. No great genius has ever existed without some touch of madness. No great genius has ever existed without some touch of madness. He who dreads hostility too much is unfit to rule. Time discovers truth. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness. Luck is a matter of preparation meeting opportunity. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. The day which we fear as our last is but the birthday of eternity. It is quality rather than quantity that matters. Expecting is the greatest impediment to living. In anticipation of tomorrow, it loses today. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. It is more fitting for a man to laugh at life than to lament over it. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Even after a bad harvest, there must be sowing. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. You learn to know a pilot in a storm. Whenever the speech is corrupted, so is the mind. For many men, the acquisition of wealth does not end their troubles. It only changes them. You must live for another if you wish to live for yourself. The pressure of adversity does not affect the mind of the brave man. It is more powerful than external circumstances. If you judge, investigate. If you wish to be loved, love. He that does good to another does good also to himself. No one is laughable who laughs at himself. We become wiser by adversity. Prosperity destroys our appreciation of the right. Not how long, but how well you have lived is the main thing. He who does not prevent a crime when he can encourages it. A great mind becomes a great fortune. Whatever one of us blames in another, each one will find in his own heart. The mind that is anxious about the future is miserable. To keep oneself safe does not mean to bury oneself. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. It does not matter what you bear, but how you bear it. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. The man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive. We should not, like sheep, follow the herd of creatures in front of us, making our way where others go, not where we ought to go. He who indulges in empty fears earns himself real fears. It is not that we are given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Wealth is the slave of the wise, the master of the fool. Man is affected not by events, but by the view he takes of them. While we teach, we learn. Ignorance is the cause of fear. The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires. Life is long if you know how to use it. Drunkenness is nothing but voluntary madness. Courage leads to heaven. Fear leads to death. Remember that pain has this most excellent quality. If prolonged, it cannot be severe, and if severe, it cannot be prolonged. What should a wise person do when given a blow? Same as Cato when he was attacked. Not fire up or revenge the insult or even return the blow, but simply ignore it. Those that are a friend to themselves are sure to be a friend to all. Anger, an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. The mind is a matter over every kind of fortune. Itself acts in both ways, being the cause of its own happiness and misery. No one can be despised by another until he has learned to despise himself. To wish to progress is the largest part of progress. While we are postponing, life speeds by. A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. Life's like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. All cruelty springs from weakness. He who is brave is free. Wisdom allows nothing to be good that will not be so forever. No man to be happy but he that needs no other happiness than what he has within himself. No man to be great or powerful that is not master of himself. Tell us by commenting which of Seneca's quotes did you like the video and subscribe to the channel so that my videos reach you easily.